Hello, Law.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. I've just rushed through the cooking for this. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. Finally. What's
You've
going
been,
on? You good?
you've been cooking since 9 o'clock. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It
How are
was
you?
supposed to be 9. I think it was like 11. I think I've just done 11 till 4-ish.
I
But I
live.
was supposed to go to the gym and I've missed the gym for this, so it better be good. I'm only joking. I have missed the gym now.
No,
How was Dorset?
it's very currently very windy. The people are rude, but the scenery is lovely. Say
Is it
no
better than
more.
West Brom? Is it better than West Brom?
The scenery, oh god, yeah, 100%, 100%. But the people, not everyone. You get good and bad everywhere, rude people everywhere. But I didn't today. I don't know what is going on, but they are extra rude. I don't know whether it's because the sunshine's gone or yeah, I don't know, but they just no please.
Well, if you get annoyed at Dorset, my mate's just been travelling, Asia. He's got back and he texted me today saying just been working in Brum and Walsall, and it's literally disgusting, horrible. And then he sent me something that's happened, and I've just agreed with him and said, yeah, I can't say that I disagree with the state of the West Mid. So just be happy down there. I was
Yes,
very impressed actually. Thank you for the tip off with the dairy farm, and
more than
I
well.
managed to get a video out of him, and that one message from you turned into I don't know 40,000 views. So well done, thank you.
That's what it is across all platforms.
Hmm.
In lad.
So yeah, he's mad in it. What one thing can do. I know it's not good that you've had to be near that and hear that,
Everybody
but
vile.
disgusting. For anyone wondering what it is the crying of cows. From what, Laura? What? Because he reckons it's he hasn't got dairy there. So what is it? Do you think is he taking the cows off?
Yeah,
Uh,
I think he does a bit of both, to be honest. I think he buys calves from market and then raises them for their flesh. And um, I think he gets the AI man in, and for no one, people who don't know, which get to know if you're buying milk, artificial insemination. And I think once the cows have had their babies, they're taken away, hence the bellowing and the crying. And why do they take the calves away? Because humans want to drink their milk. Weird. Not your mum. So yeah,
mm,
it's just vile distress for them. And of
mm,
course, as vegans and animal rights activists, we feel their pain. Like I've got
mm.
goosebumps now talking about it. It's just vile. Oh
I know. You know what, Laura? There's so many people that I've met, and you probably yourself, where they've said the reason that they have turned vegan is because they work next to a farm. Their parents used to work next to a farm. They used to walk the dog past the farm and hear this and see this. I don't know about yourself. Have you come across that a lot?
a couple of people I know, yeah, have gone from vegetarian to vegan because they didn't realise what happened in dairy. Um,
Yeah.
that good people are told humane lies, aren't they? And we believe it, and we believed it ourselves. And it's
Yeah.
not till you've shown the truth and what the reality of what you pay for, you do start questioning it, and you think, oh, maybe it's just bad farm, one bad farm or whatever. But no, they're all shit, shit holes for animals. They're all
Mm.
active,
What ge- what
violent.
gets me about the good farm bad farm thing is anyone could have gone to that farm the other day where you told me to go and I went to, and they out of the 24 hours in the day, they could have turned up every half an hour 46 times for instance, and not seen anything and not heard anything and gone, "Oh, there's nothing wrong with this."
Yeah.
But they might have missed that one section of the day where you've got to hear mothers and the babies crying over each other. You
It's
know what I
horren
mean?
it's absolutely horrendous. Well, yeah, it's like people who drive past fields and think and see, you know, pig let's face it, pigs and chickens aren't really we don't really see them in the field. But, you know, you'll obviously see sheep and cows and people think, "Oh, these vegans, what are they on about? They're having a life of luxury." And it's like,
Mm,
if when they're put out to pasture, they get the equivalent of 5 minutes because 'cause they're killed at, like, 5 or 6. They get the equivalent of 5 minutes of freedom, if you can even call it that, and then they're back in, they're being exploited, they're being milked, and when the milk production drops, decapitated because people just can't live without milk.
mm, yeah, it's nuts, isn't it?
Oh, I
It's
just
all mad.
oh,
Wait, before we get wound up and before I wind you up with questions, how did it start for you? Tell us the story, because I don't know many vegans that were born vegan. I don't know any. I don't know many people who have even been vegetarian. Sorry, I
same,
shouldn't mix the I should not mix the vegetarian and vegan thing, but we're on about food. Um, yeah, let me rephrase it. I don't know many people that have been vegan since birth, and I also don't know many people who haven't eaten meat since birth. So I'm guessing you're the same as me. Something changed somewhere. What happened?
100%. Well, it all started off about 12, 13, 14-ish years ago. Um, I wasn't vegan, I wasn't vegetarian, and my good wife, Lindsay, went to a Sea Shepherd campaign in London outside the Japanese embassy.
Hmm.
And, yeah, and she was like, "Killing dolphins for the meat, um, is, you know, or what we would call flesh, 'cause let's face it, that's what it is." Um, she's like, "I'm going there to protest because it's just disgusting what they do. They catch them all and they, like, push them into a cove, and then they just massacre them and, you know, just for tradition or whatever." And I was like, "Oh my god, that is just horrendous. Oh my god." Anyway, she did all that. She had red paint on her hands and she just did the whole thing. I was like, "No!" And then sent me the pictures and stuff when she was on the way back. And when she got home, she said, "I've been thinking about this quite deeply." And I said, "What?" Like, "Well done for going. That's incredible. Like, dolphins are beautiful. You know, nobody should be doing that to them. It's horrendous. I can't believe people even consider that. Like, I don't care if it's their tradition or whatever. It's just barbaric, horrendous. Oh my God." And she said, "No, I've been thinking about it." She went, "I'm going to become a vegetarian." And I went, "What?
Hmm.
What are you on about?" I said, what has that got to do with dolphins? You don't eat dolphins. You're not making any sense at all whatsoever." And I said, "Well, you could be vegetarian if you want, but I'm not gonna be. Like, forget that. Aggro, do you know what I mean? I ain't doing that." And
Hmm.
said, "Look, seriously, hear me out, think about it." She said, "Dolphins, all animals, all sentient animals suffer the same." She said, "So I can't go to London and take time off work and spend time with people with the same mentality." They probably weren't vegan or vegetarian, "with the same mentality as them and come back and eat cows or chickens." Because why would I'd be a hypocrite if I was fighting for dolphins and then coming back eating chickens and pigs and cows and sheep. And it just went, and I went, "Oh my God, I never even thought about it.
Hmm.
Never even thought about it." And said, "Well, yeah, because, you know, dolphins don't want to die, chickens don't want to die, pigs don't want to die. You know that if you go to, well, any animal, you move towards an animal, you know, violently or quickly, or it spooks them and they're scared and they'll try and run away because they're in survival mode. They want to live. None of them want to be harmed. So, you know," she said, "I can't eat animals anymore." And I was like, I had this, yeah, this awakening, and I was like, "Right, I'm gonna do the same." And she said, "Well, you don't have to. You don't have to." And I said, "I do." I said, "'Cause you're so, so, so right. I've never thought about it before." Anyway, so that was it. So we were vegetarian for about 12 years, and then I discovered what happens, 7 years ago now. Then I discovered what happens in dairy and egg production, and I was like, "I've been scammed." I genuinely thought that being a vegetarian was enough. I thought I was doing my part for animals. I thought, "No animals are gonna die for milk." Cows get milked, they have to be milked, else they'll be uncomfortable and they die. Cows eat grass and they produce milk. It's that simple. Chickens, hatch eggs, and we eat the eggs, otherwise they get chucked away. But no. So from then, that was it. I was like,
Mm.
"I'm done. I am done." I was vegetarian, and looking back now, obviously, it's like a massive piss take. But yeah, I was
Mm.
vegetarian for the animals because I didn't wanna harm animals, and I thought I was doing enough. I thought I was doing the right thing.
How long vegetarian were you before you saw the dairy side of it?
About 10 years,
Yeah,
sadly.
yeah.
This is gonna sound like, there's people who say, "Oh, I only eat a little bit of meat." Um,
Yeah.
but I would only have milk, if somebody bought it and they were like, "Do you want a cup of tea with cow's milk?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I won't buy it," but this is when I was vegetarian. I
Mm,
I won't buy it because I knew before I knew about dairy and eggs, I wanted to steer away from it anyway because it was, like, freaking me out. I'm like,
mm.
"It's like a cow's milk, not like my species milk," sort of thing. And,
Yeah,
I'd eat backyard eggs because, you know, I just I would have rather, or I did rather, um, buy backyard eggs 6 for a pound or whatever off somebody who's got backyard hens, because I'm putting money into for their feed, and, no one's getting exploited. Because I didn't like the thought of industrial egg-laying hens, not knowing at the time that the males were macerated and all that, going on.
mm,
But, yeah. But yeah, now obviously I don't even eat backyard eggs because you're viewing those animals as a commodity, as a product to give you
yeah,
something, and that's not veganism.
yeah.
As far
Isn't
as
it
I'm
isn't
concerned.
it isn't it mad? Well, there's 2 things I was gonna say then. It's mad how, like, you said, "Oh, I would have just had a bit of milk, but only if someone offered it me."
Yeah,
Um, not going into that point, but just the fact that now you couldn't think of many things worse than actually having it, like, it's nuts, innit? How, like, before it's like, "Oh, I can take it or leave it," and now it's just like, you could not pay me enough to drink a pint of breast milk.
no,
The
no,
other
no.
thing, the other thing is, you said you said it was creeping you out, the egg thing.
Mm,
Not so much on an ethical level, but, when you said they started to creep you out, this is this is what I've said a few times now. I've said meat doesn't freak me out. Meat doesn't, like, make me feel weird. Like, I can kind of understand, not that I agree with it, eating meat because obviously we did it for however long to survive and evolve and whatnot, and as they say, but eggs and milk really, I think eggs is the worst one because no, you don't actually think about what an egg is. You just think, oh, it's an egg. Yeah, oh, it's just an egg. Have eggs on toast. Have scrambled eggs. But it's
mm,
it's the creepiest one, isn't it? For
mm.
me, anyway.
Bit of both, yeah. Yeah, it's just vile.
No, I'm not saying that, like, I look at a piece of meat and I want it. I'm just saying, like, out of all of them,
Oh,
the
yeah,
eggs the egg is the weirdest one.
yeah, 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 'cause it's an unfertilized egg, isn't it? And
I don't know what it is. I don't even know.
it's just it's just alien,
Not
isn't
even
it?
funny. It's not even funny. It's not even funny.
It's just
So,
weird.
yeah, so how many years have you been vegan?
7 now.
7 years, that's yeah, man. 1 year longer than me.
Mm. Commitment to the
So,
cause.
around the same. Yeah, hats off to ya. And what about the missus? What about the partner? What is she did you change at the same time?
Yeah, I went vegan first. She went vegetarian. Technically, she went vegetarian first because she saw the
Mm,
light. Um, apart from the eggs and the milk, but you know what I mean.
mm,
She
mm,
saw the light, and then literally within a few hours. Um, but when I turned vegan, I went vegan first. Then the good wife did after. Um, like once I discovered what happened with dairy and eggs, yeah, dairy and eggs, I was like, I hadn't got any in the fridge at that time, like any eggs or milk, and I didn't plan on buying any anyway. Um, but I just thought I can't, I can't, even backyard eggs. I just can't, I can't do it anymore because it's so wrong. I just
mm,
can't. I don't know what the word is. I can't. I don't
mm,
view these eggs as food. I view them as a product of commodification and exploitation and slavery and misery.
mm,
You know, they're not
mm,
food. They're just little heart attack bombs, really.
mm. And it matter, you see it through a different lens now. Because I remember being on holiday a couple of years ago, and I ordered beans on toast, and it come with butter. I've said this a few times, do apologise. And I was like, "Nah, I'm not eating it." And then people looking at me like, "Just eat it. It's just a bit of butter." But to them, it's just a bit of butter. But to us, it's rape. It's stealing children. It's commodification. It's enslavement. It's this. It's that. It's nuts, is it? And there is a reason why he's hidden away and
Mm,
not shown, obviously.
100%.
Um,
100%. People wouldn't buy it 'cause they know what happens.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
we
sorry, Laura, as well. I forgot to say at the start, I didn't thank you for. I should have introduced you this way for being the number one fan of the page. Back when I had 100 subs and I was chopping onions, the number one live fan.
I try.
Nice class. No, I do appreciate it. That just popped in my head. It's a bit random to
Right.
put it in there, but yeah, nice one. Um,
Gotta rep the geezer.
yeah, it's hilarious. I've never knew anyone stick around so long for someone chopping onions.
Normally, 'cause I'm chopping onions at the same time. I'm trying to have a race
I,
with you,
I need,
but know about it.
I need I need to give the fans more onion chopping if that's what they want. You know what I mean? I ain't done it for a bit.
It's like you said, like, put a bit of salad in the bowl and 500 people are watching me. Why?
It's nuts. It's crazy. But you got to give the people what they want, haven't you?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but moving on. So how has it been? Tell us how it's been because man, people have got so many different stories. Some people are like, I've been bullied all my life. Some people are like, no, it's class, man. I've turned all my family vegan, and we now take it in turns cooking. Some people are like, um, I'm on the borderline suicide because I can't take this world anymore, which I can't blame them. How's it been for you? How's your vegan journey been?
Um, Up and down, to be honest, and it's always family members.
Oh,
Always,
fire away.
yeah. Always family members. I get told that, what I'm saying isn't true. It doesn't quite happen like that. Um, uh, Kind of troll me a little bit as well, and I'm like, all veganism is a stance on the use and exploitation of animals. Like, why is that so hard to accept? It's a non-action. We don't want to harm. We don't want to cause unnecessary harm and suffering. Why is that such a taboo thing? I don't understand.
I take it you've had some comments over the 7 years.
Yeah, just a few, just a few. A lot of the time, like when I speak to my family, they just They're just mute. It's like I'm like, "Are you there?" They're just like just muted. And I just think if you can't be vegan for ethics, and in my opinion, if you're not vegan for the ethics, then you're not gonna stay vegan, are you? Because you don't give a shit. But
Mhm,
I try and get them on the health at least, and they just
mm,
say, "Oh, I'll cry," and I'm like,
mhm.
"I don't."
Isn't it mad? Name 3 things that you love. Not people, but, like, 3 things that you love. 3 pleasures.
Me?
Yeah, you like your wine, don't you? You like your wine.
I don't. Now and again, I like a bit of wine. Wine,
No,
vaping, sleep.
sleep you've got to have. So let's just say wine and vape. So if someone said, "Right, you love wine. Every time that you drink a glass of wine, an animal gets brutally violated. Um, so you got to drink cider, or you got to drink gin."
I don't.
Or someone said, "Right, every time that you have a vape, um, 6 billion kittens' livers get torn out and used for the testing process," or something like that. What would you do?
That's not funny, it's just the fact that it was so random.
It
Kittens and
was.
dogs. Um, what would I
Would you give
do?
up the wine? Would you give up the vape? Because do you know what
I
I mean?
absolutely
It's for
would.
me, it's simple.
It's
Mm,
a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
mm,
If someone is and people and non-vegans are gonna go, "Animals aren't someone." They are. They're individuals. Like, Jake has got likes and dislikes. I have as well. Do you know what I mean? Um, I if I know an individual is suffering because of um, me putting money into that, I'm done.
mm,
I don't give a shit. But like I always say,
mm,
selfish people cannot be vegan. They can't see past anybody other than themselves.
mm,
Yeah, I would have a cider or a gin. Yeah, 100%
mm.
if I had to.
It's not like it's not a massive
It's not a massive.
thing either. Like I'm gonna not say the beer one because I have said that millions of times. But uh, what else can I use as an example? What I'm trying to get at is the mock meats are pretty much the same. The mock cheese is pretty much the same.
Yeah, it's
You
very
just literally
fun.
just a tea bag, you know what I mean? Like PG tips. Oh, can you just have the Tetley? Oh, I don't like Tetley. Oh, is it that much different? Go on, try the Tetley. I've had the Tetley. Oh, yeah, it does taste kind of similar. I'll get used to it in like 3 days. You know what I mean? Let's switch to Tetley. Do you know what I mean? It's not like you go in, drink that cup of piss to save the so and so. Do you know what I mean? It's nuts, isn't it?
It's small
It's mad.
changes, isn't. Oh, I just don't understand people. I don't understand people. Even when you show them the ethics and, you send them, Dominion or whatever, um,
Mm,
they're absolutely horrified and they're upset and they're crying and they're like, "Oh, but I've had somebody before, not doesn't live far from me, um, said she cares for animals," and I thought, "Oh, you might be interested in what I've got to say then." Anyway, showed her Dominion and all the different bits and pieces, gave her some facts and some figures, and she was round here crying. And,
wow.
yeah, and I thought, "Oh my god, like, hopefully she'll be vegan." And she was like, she had that moment or so, I thought, and she was like, "I can't believe I've been lied to all this time." I said, "Yeah, you have." I said, "But don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what I now know because I said I care for animals. I don't want any, harm to come to them unnecessarily, and as respect from me to you, I feel that you should know, if you're
Mm,
funding these injuries industries, I feel like you should know because I'd want to know. If I claim to care for animals, I'd want to know. So, you know,
mm,
I'm going to give you the respect that you deserve and let you know what happens." And anyway, she was crying, really upset. Can't believe I've been lied to. I'm never going to eat animals ever again. I'm never going to drink
mm,
milk again. blah, 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 blah. She was getting loads of, like, BioLife and stuff like that on offer, and, she
Mm,
rang me up and she was like, "Come round, I've got the new BioLife mozzarella," or whatever, and she was like, "It was 2 for 1, do you want one?" I was like, "Sick, nice one, I'll be round." And, I'd go round and say, like, "How you finding it? Getting on all right? Da, da, da. Any questions, whatever, just let me know, please. I'm here to help. I
mm.
don't want you to," next thing I know, speak to her husband. "Oh, how is she?" I don't want to name any names. "How is she?" "Yeah, she's all right. She's not, vegan anymore." "Why?" "Found it too difficult." How can you find a moral philosophy too difficult? You either agree with it or you don't. You're either in or you're out. You're
Mm.
not.
Do
Yeah.
you reckon it's like the ability to push something out of your mind? Like, 'cause it's almost like she's seen it and she's been hit with the truth, and then she's tried it for a bit. She's liked the alternative products that she's gotta eat,
Mm.
and then all of a sudden she's gone, "Oh, it's too difficult in the UK with supermarkets every other mile and, the internet and things like that, and home delivery from multiple food companies," despite all that, and then they can just push it away and go, not only is it not difficult, you've just got to overcome your food addiction. It's also uh, the most evil thing ever, which you've seen and you've changed from, and you've acknowledged it, and then they go back. It's like, well, I can't unsee the things I've seen.
My head was just blown off, and I thought I should reach out to her really and say, "Look, what happened? Like, is there any way I can help?" But I gave her that option to begin with, so I'm thinking, am I just, you know, shouting into a tunnel with nobody at the other end, sort of thing?
Mm,
"Oh, can you hear me?" And there's no one there, That people either get it or they don't they? And I don't think it matters who delivers the message. If they're not ready,
mm.
they're not ready.
It's
In
a
my
good one about shooting the messenger in it. If the truth be bitter, strike not the tongue that speaks it.
You damn right.
Yeah. Talk to us about this Hunt Sab t-shirt, Laura. So, how did you get into activism and stuff?
Repping it,
What
repping.
have you? I mean, I'll take my hat off to all the Hunt Sabs. It's crazy, like that you actually, because to have a conversation with someone on camera or to go to a vigil, it's quite it's quite it's quite easy compared to. I mean, Hunt Sabbing, there you're running miles through fields, and it's all organised, and you got to spend your whole day doing it. And it's I haven't done it, man. I know that we've spoke about it, and I will do it, and I will come and run around woods instead of farms. That'd be good. But
It's all
so
good.
yeah, hats off to all the Hunt Sabs because
Yeah,
it really is like a lifestyle, isn't it? It's you've got to kind of plan plan it properly. It's not like, oh, I'm going to nip out for 20 minutes. I'm going to go and spend my whole Saturday, maybe Saturday evening, doing it. But
yeah.
before you get onto the Hunt Sab part, what made you do activism? Because you've done some online stuff as well, haven't you, and things like that, and street stuff.
Yeah, not a lot of street outreach, to be honest, more, online, TikTok and things like that. Um, and I will, like, I'll sticker and stuff like that in supermarkets, and I'll say things out loud.
Powerful, powerful.
Yeah, I'll do things like that. But on TikTok, it's such a nightmare. I just get, banned all the time. So frustrating. I'll go live and then they'll report me for nudity or I've got a weapon. I'm like, well, because I'm just speaking the truth. You don't know how to cope with it, and people just glitch, don't they? And then the next thing
Mm,
you know, they're like mass reporting you because they don't want to hear the truth, but they pay for the truth, but they don't want the truth. But that is the truth.
mm,
Who knows? But yeah, I try. I try. That's all you can do, innit? Just keep on
mm.
keeping. I've got T-shirts and that. I've got I had one for my birthday, running T-shirt, well vest, type thing, and it's like, it's the beaver sign at the front, and it's, should have bought it in actually. You got the dog and the pig and the cat, and it's like, you see the advert, they all wanna live, but one will be gassed at 6 months old, burnt from the inside out. Oh god, goosebumps again. Ooh, and then on the back it says, "Kill workouts, not animals."
Quality. It's a good
So,
idea.
yeah, and I run everywhere and people will be at the traffic lights and stuff, and I'll see that, and then it's all planting seeds in it all the time. Plant, 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 plant.
Mm.
That's all you can do in it.
Yeah, yeah.
Keep on keeping on. But, yeah, how I got into sabbing, were you gonna ask?
Yeah, yeah. So obviously you've done a bit of activism like stickering and that, and then one day you were like, I'm gonna run around fields trying to stop scumbags from I was gonna say shooting them, but I suppose, yeah, a bit of shooting and obviously chasing the hounds and ripping animals apart. What how did you get into that? And how did you what did you find out that made you wanna step up and do it?
I think, um well, when I was vegetarian, I always wanted to sab, and, the good wife was like, "No, I don't want you sabbing, I don't want you sabbing, you're gonna get trampled by a horse, you're gonna die, you're gonna get run over, like, it's really dangerous." And, to me, I was like, "Yeah, sounds good." Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And she was like, "No, genuinely, I don't want you harmed or hurt or." And I thought, "Well, I don't really wanna be harmed or hurt if I can help it, but for me, it's worth it for fighting for animals." Do you know what I mean? You try your hardest not to get hurt or harmed but things happen. Um,
Mm.
a good few subs I know have been injured along the way and, bones get broken and things like that, and, it's all for a good cause as far as I'm concerned. We can heal, bones can heal, but animals can't get their life back. If you've saved that animal or try to save that animal, um, and you've got in the way of that, and you've been harmed in the process, then I just see it as like war wounds sort of thing. That's the
Yeah.
best to describe it.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, come not hunting season, cubbing season, sorry, which starts at like the end of August. Yeah, like the 3rd week in August, it starts again. So that'll be the cubbing season where they kill the baby foxes that have been born over the summer. Um, Absolute psychopaths. So yeah, I'm prepped and ready. I've got rib protection, I've got skull protection, I've got ankle protection, and I've got steel toe cap boots, and I am ready. And I've also got a brand new whip because the last one was stolen by one of the scummers. So that is my nylon whip that I've been practicing with. Yeah, we're going to kick out and take names and save lives.
Mm. That's quality. What happened with that lad? Was it 6 months ago? 6 months back or something? You
Absolutely.
some blokes in court, isn't he? What happened there? Something went down, didn't he?
Yes, he's got quite a few accounts of assault on him,
Mm.
um, and we're all going to see him in court this year. Um, I think he's got 7 counts of assault on him, including myself. So that will be interesting. So I'm just
Wow, there seems to be a pattern with violence, isn't it?
yeah, very much
What
so.
happened? You've turned up. This charming bloke is with a crew. I'm guessing. What actually happened? You did tell me, I think, but I can't remember.
The incident with myself.
Yeah, yeah.
So me and a fellow sab, um, we were on common land, in Dorset, and we were listening out for the hounds because a lot with sabbing, people think, "Oh, you're running around the countryside." You are, but a lot of it is observing and listening. Um, And obviously the drone helps, you can see what direction they're going, and then you can go and cover that ground if you know they're going towards a certain part where they, they hunt regularly, or you get to learn the pattern that they hunt. Um, but they don't always do that. Sometimes that
Mm.
happen. So we're listening out for hounds, and I could hear them, and I'm going. So we start walking a different direction. Next thing you know,
Mm.
this quad comes out of nowhere, screaming towards us, absolutely hurtling towards us. And I thought, it's going to run me over. It's either going to run me over or it's just going to kill me with this quad. I absolutely crap myself. I'm not stupid. I'm a human being. I'm sentient. I feel fear. I crap myself, but didn't show it. Obviously, you can't show weakness, else I've got, and they
Mm.
don't care if you're female. They don't care if you're female, if you're male, if you're trans, if you're, you know, non-binary. They don't give a shit. You're there to obviously try and protect animals, and they hate it. They hate the fact that they cannot hunt when you're there. It boils their blood as much as they boil our blood hunting. It's
Mm.
just sorry. So he mashed towards me with the quad. Thank God these quads have got thick, really good tires and stuff. Like the tread is like really chunky, so they can stop. Um, and jumped off the quad, started shoving and pushing me. You can't fucking do that, Wendy. Who the fuck do you think you are? Oh, get off my
Mm.
hand. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, what are you pushing me for? What are you shoving me for? Is this what you do? Is he say it makes you feel like a man because you're shoving a woman around? I said, I'm old enough to be your mother. What do you think you're doing? And he's like, this is our land. I said, it's not your land. It's common land and you have no right to touch me. What do you think you're doing? Anyway, he got pissed off because I was obviously made him back. I'm not going to stand there and let some kid in his early 20s shove me about.
Mm.
I don't think so. I don't give a shit who you are, mate. You're not assaulting me.
Mm.
Anyway, next thing you know, he shoves me to the ground. Like, shove.
Joking.
And I'm like, at the time I was about 9 stone, so not heavy.
Mm.
He's like 5'10", probably 14 stone, something like that. So anybody can easily shove me over. I'm like, the wind will blow and I'll be on the floor. So it's easy for him to just shove me, and I've gone. Luckily, I was all right. I landed like that rather than on my shoulder,
Mm.
all on body cam. He's still out effing and jeffing. He's going, "Get up, get up," like this, and I'm like, "I'll get up when I'm fucking ready." I thought, "What are you gonna do now? Kick my head in? Crack on." You know what I mean? It's all on camera, so I'll get up really
Oh,
slow.
so all this was on camera?
Yeah, it's all on body cam. Yeah, that's why he's
Class.
hanging to rights. So I
Yeah.
get up like slow like this. I'm in a bit of shock to be honest, but like I'm deliberately taking my time to piss him off. And I'm 44. You know what I mean? I'm not 24, and so I'm
Mm.
getting really slow like this. And then he's going, "Go on, get on, get off my fucking land!" Like typically like a proper Dorset, "Get off my land" kind of shit. And I'm going, I'm fucking going, I'm fucking going. And he just kept on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And at the end of it, he's going, "Get my fucking hand," blah, blah, blah. And I went, "You're fucked, mate." And he went, "Am I?" I went, "Yeah, I'll see you in court." Because he did,
Quality. As if he's so, and that was his 7th assault on someone. Was it all on hunt sabs, all 7?
yes, and it was all that day.
In one day, he's
On,
lost his head, hasn't he?
yeah, yeah.
I mean, how can someone go to bed at night knowing that they've killed animals for no reason and pushed women around and pushed them to the floor? I I don't know what kind of world he lives in, like, do you know what I mean?
It always seems to happen when there's more SABs. That particular day, there was quite a because you've got different SAB teams, obviously across Dorset and Somerset, and if we know that certain hunts aren't going out, or there's not many SABs in a team to cover a certain SAB, a certain hunt.
Mm,
We'll team up. So that day there was
mm,
about 10 or 12 of us,
mm,
um, which is a few more than what we'd normally have SABing. And I don't know what it
mm,
is. It's like when there's a few of us, they just lose their mind completely, and they
mm.
just the violence just
Do you
kicks.
know why that is? Because psychologically, they're not a threat as in you're gonna, like, kick their heads in, but they feel inferior, don't they?
Yes.
So, not only is it like, if there was 2 of you, he'd just be like, "Oh, look at these 2 idiots, you know, I'm here trying to kill my foxes, you're trying to stop me, you've got no chance." But when there's 10 or 15 of you, they're psychologically, they're like, "Oh, man, they've got one over on us here." Do you know what I mean? So it probably sparks something inside of them.
It really does, because they know that there's far less chance of them getting away with it, because there's more eyes. There's 12 body cams or 14 body cams or however many there is, you
Yeah.
know. Um,
And
we've all
and on
got
top of the threat, they're annoyed that you've turned up and you've actually ruined their plans for their Saturday as
yeah,
well.
I hate it, honestly.
Mm.
We'll turn up like incognito and spot them. And as soon as they spot us, they go from, "Oh, are you going to have a lovely day out killing, darling, aren't we? Yes, oh, wonderful. Oh, did you bring the picnic and the vintage, the vintage wine, blah, blah, blah." And they'll clock us, and their face will go from to the
Yeah,
just, it's absolute
yeah.
class. It's
Do you know
absolute
what?
class.
I bet flipping other when did body cams come out? When did Sab start wearing cameras? Because I bet it was an absolute nightmare when it, however many years ago to try and stop them. But now they've got nowhere to, because you're not breaking any laws, are you?
Nope,
You're not doing anything that is, you know,
no,
that the police ain't gonna like. So it truly is their worst nightmare, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. And I think, like, with that guy, obviously I'm not going to name him for very good reasons. Um,
Mm,
he I think when they're, like, in their moment of rage and murderous, whatever, they don't think obviously they don't think what they're doing. There is no thought up there that I don't know what to call them really without insulting them. Not like
mm,
it's, they don't deserve it, but anyway, they're in such a fit of rage and anger, and they're so bloodthirsty, like some crazy wild animal, that they completely forget that we're recording them.
mm,
They
yeah,
com that and then when they're shown the footage of their behaviour in the police station, they can't believe it. They just sit there and
mm,
go,
yeah,
and it's like, "Well, what do you expect? I'm not gonna stand
mm,
there and take that shit. Are you mad?
mm.
Are you mad?" No. No, 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 no.
It's
'Cause
interesting when you compare hunt sabbing to other types of activism, such as explaining to people what's in their food so that they stop using and abusing animals for food, just like people are using and abusing foxes for entertainment. But isn't it mad how, like, people will say, right, you shouldn't use that method of activism. You shouldn't be tipping milk on the floor. You shouldn't be too aggressive. You've got to kind of approach it in a calm way, or whatever. But they wouldn't say that about the hunt sabs.
that's a good point.
In that interesting? So that, if you aggressively stopped a pack of hunters, no
Mm.
one would go, "Oh, that's not the right way to go about it." They're never gonna pick up on that message. They're just gonna dislike you. But
No,
when it's food and when it's dairy,
true. That's very true. I've never thought
no,
about
it'd
that
be like,
before.
"Oh, you've got to do it this way. You've got to do it that way." No, you need to. It's interesting, isn't it? That.
That's very, yeah, from a psychological standpoint, yeah, that's very interesting. Very interesting.
Mm,
Talking of ways of,
yeah.
stopping them, so you've got for people who don't know, you've got the whip there. Okay,
The
well,
what? Sorry.
the whip, that's a whip,
Oh yeah, the whip man.
the whip man. So,
Yeah.
in hunting, you've got obviously the huntsman, and then you've got his skivvy, um, well, they're all skivvies, called the whip-in. So it'll be somebody who is responsible, ultimately responsible for the hounds. So if the hounds are out of control, the whipper in will, well, if the hounds are chasing an animal, and we all know they're not supposed to be chasing animals, the whipper in will use a whip, crack the whip, and the hounds are trained to the crack of the whip to know to stop immediately.
Mhm.
So because they don't think we're watching sometimes, the whipper in won't be doing his job. So we'll intervene and we'll crack the whip and it will stop the hounds 9 times out of 10. Um, so they're very, very useful because the hounds are,
Wow.
yeah,
So basically, the hounds are getting confused by the noise of the whips.
yeah. It's the same with the hunting horn as well. You can control them with that as well.
Oh, bloody hell! I didn't think about a horn. Is that like a common tool?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Bloody hell! I'll just go with the biggest horn I've got and just keep blasting it.
It pisses them off, I tell you. Not
I'm gonna Google the world's biggest horn for when I come and just bring a massive horn.
to bring a trailer with it.
But you know what? I'm surprised at all the stories I've heard. I do catch little bits of it from reels and stuff, and I haven't really got time to be watching stuff, but I do catch little bits, and I wish I could put more time into it.
Mm.
Um, and it's mad. I saw someone not long back they got ripped he ripped something out of her hand and smashed it. Um, and then the one that you told me, and did I see footage of that? I don't think I did, but I heard about it anyway, and they're quite aggressive, aren't they? They're very aggressive, and I'd love to just turn up with like 30 blokes, you know what I mean, and see how big they are. Then, do you know what I mean?
Oh, they'd
Because
run off. What? They'd run off.
it seems to be always women. It seems to be the women that,
Yeah.
that get it. I mean, but if they're bullying little animals, it makes sense that they bully defenseless women as well.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, they'll go for the weakest, out of the genders, they will go for the weakest, you know.
I
'Cause
wanna I wanna organise at some point in the future an army of vegan hooligans. Um,
Can I
And
number
they've got
one?
to pass a fitness test, they've got to pass a strength test to get in the crew, and we just go and obliterate all, I wonder if I'd pass, I'd have to make sure I could pass
Oh,
first, but
well,
and just obliterate all these, scumbags with whips and, if that was what I was gonna ask you. Have you obviously, there's a lot of negative with this approach, by the sounds of it anyway. Have you I'll tell you the story. I was with Mel and Steve not long back down Devon. And, I was actually really surprised. It must be Mel and Steve's way of talking because I couldn't get anyone to do this. And we were talking to the farmers outside the slaughterhouse. And I think 2 out the 10 they spoke to, or maybe, like a dozen farmers, 2 of them was listening and they was having cards off them and they were thinking about it and they were like, bear in mind, these are people who have just probably earned 6 grand from pulling up a slaughterhouse with their victims in the back. And I was shocked at how people actually listen and they're like, actually, yeah, you have got a point. Let me look into it. Let me have a card. Let me look at the links that you're sending me. And it was just, I've seen it a few times happen. So obviously, hats off to Mel and Steve for being able to do that.
Absolutely.
And obviously that's with food. Have you had any, you know, hunters that have turned around and gone, actually, you got a point, and they've actually absorbed what you're saying?
No, but we have had, members of the hunt. Um, we call them stalkers because basically they follow you around, as SABs, they follow you around so that you're not trespassing. Um, and I've had several conversations with them walking along saying, "Do you think this is right? How would you like it if you was the fox? It's horrendous, isn't it? Blah, 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 blah." And they say nothing. And to me, that
Mm,
speaks volumes, but no one's had a real, on my watch anyway, no one's had a real sort of, aha moment.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And the thing is, you don't know what they're thinking about that night in bed, there, or
no,
next time they get to grab their whip or go to collect the dogs. You just don't know, do you?
No. Again, planting seeds.
It's
Like the worst of society can change.
I'd love to yeah, to experience it and come and help and just to look at the psychology of it because I've seen a million times how people react with food. I've seen
Yeah.
because I've got the food business, and I've seen customers and their reactions and I've
Tomato,
just seen the
tomato prep.
the defense mechanisms, like, over and over and over and over again. It's just I've just sussed it now. I just know exactly what people are thinking, but I'd love to look into that
All the
side of it, the entertain because it is just entertainment, isn't it? This one is it's
mm,
not even they can't even use the excuse of, "Oh, but I need it," or "I need this vitamin," or I like the taste." You know, they've got to say, "I like the thrill of seeing an animal petrified and getting ripped to death."
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, I really appreciate what everyone does on the hunt sub front.
If they
Really do.
can't, if they can't see it, they'll hear it because, um, especially when it's, cubbing season, which is coming up, like I said, they'll hunt in, maize fields. So, like,
Mm,
in the hounds will follow the scent of the fox, which is supposed to have been laid by a trail, which we all know is the biggest
mm,
lie on earth, one of.
mm,
And they will, um, follow the cubs or find the cubs in the middle of the maize field. Um, and, there's nothing you can do unless you stop them. There's nothing you can do. And there's, scum, as we call them, they know that they're killing, but because it's all under, it's like under the cover of, the maize field, they
mm.
can't say, "Oh, yes, they've killed," or "No, no, they haven't killed." Of course they've killed.
Yeah.
That's what you need a gizmo, and a gizmo is a gadget that basically sounds like, a load of, um, foxhounds in cry. So it'll be like, "Oh,"
Mm.
and that
Yeah.
will stop the hounds as well. They'll go, "Oh, not here, it's that way."
Yeah.
Even if they have discovered the cub or the fox, they'll still go to the sound because all the hounds will stop, listen, and follow that sound, even if, there's a fox there. You know, they
Mm.
they'll still obviously, wanna torment and kill the it's not their fault. But then they'll run on because, pack mentality, if one goes, then the other one goes, and the other, then they'll all go. So that will then, well, that's the idea. And then we've also got this wonderful piece of kit with just a spray bottle, and
Mm.
in there is citronella. So if we see the fox before the hounds, say, for example, if you're on a country lane, standing on a country lane and you see the fox come out of the field onto the road and back into the head to the other side of that road, you will quickly, hopefully without the huntsman and all their cronies seeing you, you will spray that area where the fox came out and where the fox went in. So when the hounds do, if they do get to that area, picked up the scent until then, it will then stop them in the tracks as well because the citronella has masked that smell, and then they'll go, "Shit, where did the fox go?" And then they're off again. They'll
Ah.
carry on hunting and finding. But if they come through that hedge, for example, just to look, the scent's gone, it's gone, but they can potentially pick it up further down. That's why you've always got to be
Yeah.
on them. That's why a drone is so good because you watching them all the time, and that's what they need. They
Yeah,
need
yeah.
surveillance 24/7 because they do not stop and they do not give a shit. But
Yeah.
neither do we don't stop and we don't give a shit. So as long as they're out, we'll be out,
Yeah.
you know.
Quality. It's good work, man. You got all the tricks, and yeah. What's in the bottle, sorry? What is it?
So in here is
Citronella.
citronella, and that masks the fox's
The
scent.
scent.
Yeah,
Got ya.
yeah.
Do the hunters wear cameras as well?
No, but the stalkers on certain hunts, you don't get them on every hunt. Well, they just where they follow you
Mm.
around. And they've got radio, so they can radio to the terrier men, which is
Yeah.
the hunt's gibbies, basically. They open well, their job is to open gates now that the hunting ban, is in. But we all know that they don't. really open gates. They dig foxes out and throw them to the hounds. Um, Hence why they've got a spade on the quad. Why have you got a terrier in the front of the box on the quad and a spade if you're just following a trail? Doesn't quite make sense.
Mm,
So sometimes the stalkers will have a body cam on, but 9 times out of 10, it's a dummy cam or it's not on.
yeah. Well, I suppose that if they're breaking the law, which 99% of the time they are, they could stitch themselves up with that footage, couldn't they? If they did wear cameras.
Exactly. And I think, to be honest, I think they are stupid enough to do that
Mm.
because that's just how they roll. Like, our good friend Doug Moore always says, it's not gonna be the
Hmm.
hunt tabs that will hunting, stop the hunting from happening. It will be the hunt people themselves because they always hang themselves with their own retards, always.
Mm. What's an example?
Uh, Elsham Farm, um, a few years ago now, the drone was up, um, and 4 members uh, of the hunt, yeah, got, um, a fine. Sadly, it wasn't a jail sentence, but the fact that they actually got to court and got convicted of illegal fox hunting is a huge deal in as far as the hunting ban goes. Massive. To even get them in court for a trial to begin with, let alone be convicted of illegal hunting. Incredible.
Yeah.
And
Quality.
um this was in Dorset again, of course, hence the North Dorset hunt sabs. This was filmed and you saw the hounds chasing, you saw the fox going in and out of the hedge, you saw the whole thing on camera, and you saw the hounds chasing, the hounds catching the fox being ripped apart, and the huntsman and the whippering were just sitting on horseback like that watching.
How sick have you got to be to enjoy that?
Never stopped them, never intervened, never called them off, never shouted, never used the whip, nothing. They sat there on horseback and watched those dogs rip apart a fox and enjoyed every last second of it. And they were in court going, "No, no, I didn't do that. That wasn't me." Bang to rights, they all got criminal convictions. So, like I say,
Yes.
I
And
had
what who where did the footage come from?
it was taken by our team, North Dorset Hunt Sabs. It was our drone footage that got them convicted.
Mm, quality. Actually, have I seen is that on the internet, that footage?
Yes, I think it's on Channel 4. It's very well known that
Oh, okay. I do remember seeing something like that. I've seen a lot of I've seen a lot of ones where they've, been caught hitting people, like, and, but yeah, that one rings a bell. That one what I was gonna say, I saw what country was it? I think it was Spain. Do they do it in Spain or something similar? Not the bull thing, but there was a farm of dogs basically. It might have been Ireland actually. I can't remember, but Spain rings a bell. And they found all these dogs basically. What can you tell us about the situation with the actual hounds who are actually doing the dirty work and the life that they live?
oh, they're treated like absolute shit. They're exercised, but that's about it. But they only exercise them because they use them, don't they? So they have to be fit to be able to hunt. Um, it's not for the benefit from their point of view. It's not for the benefit of the hounds. It's for the benefit of them because that they do have different levels of fitness throughout the year. Obviously, because cubbing season's coming up, that's not a full day. That's like 4 or 5 hours of hunting. Sometimes 2 or 3, all depends. Um, but they're treated like shit, absolute shit. If you go up to a hound and try and stroke him or her, 9 times out of 10 they'll cower like that because
Wow.
they're just treated like they're just not treated at all. They're just awful, awful, awful.
Mm.
I've done kennel watch a few times early on in the morning when it's been cubbing season, Because sometimes we'll go and we will, if we haven't got any intel, we'll go and kennel watch in a public place, and we will, if we know we can see the kennels, we will sort of stay there incognito, and we need to know what direction they're going in, so then we can obviously follow them. Um, and you hear them howling, 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 howling. It's so sad, and they're just in there on their own. But of course, they've got their own. Probably the only bit of compassion they have is from, if they do get any compassion, will be from the person that looks after the hounds. So that he'll feed them, um, you know, whatever they need doing. But then, having said that, I've seen hounds with bleeding legs and horses with bleeding mouths, and they don't stop. They just continue. They continue. They don't
Mm.
stop. They don't call a vet. They don't say, "Can you take that hound back and put him in the, in a horse box or something?" They don't give a shit. They don't give a shit about the animals, clearly, and they don't give a shit about their own kind. If one of them has fell off a horse, they'll just leave them behind. Oh, they'll catch up. Just they don't give a shit at all. It's horrendous. They do.
They are genuinely living in the medieval times, aren't they?
Yes, yes. The behaviour, unbelievable, just unbelievable.
You've really got me fired up now to come down and do something. I just wish I didn't work most Saturdays.
I
Oh God, does it happen on in the week at
Yeah,
all?
it does, it does. For,
Yeah, that's good to know.
3 or 4 times in the week, main season, and then Saturdays, yeah. Yeah, uh,
'Cause do you know what's good about it though? It's good that you can kind of get non-vegans on board, can't you, via
oh, yeah, yeah.
fox hunting? Because
Everybody.
no one in the right mind agrees with it.
No, no, even my family, who disagrees with
What?
them, agrees with what I do with foxes, or what we do for foxes.
What if you asked your family, "What if I ate the fox after it got ripped apart?"
Well, yeah, because the meat's going, it's gonna be wasted, isn't it? That's a
Ain't
good
it
one.
mad where yeah.
I'll try that. Well, it's just gonna be wasted. Oh, but
Okay, so you've got you've got
have you
you've
tried?
you've got a you've got a pig who gets gassed, and they're like, "Yeah, but we need to eat the bacon." And
Big
then you've got a fox who gets ripped apart, and I don't eat it. But what if I did eat the fox and I didn't eat the pig? What methods are acceptable?
Mm.
How much have I got to eat for it to be deemed
Oh,
like okay? Oh god, it just blows your head, doesn't it? The whole
oh,
thing.
just a
Why can't people just be teetotal?
I know. Yeah, teetotal from the flesh and secretions, like, not being a speciesist bastard. The thing is, though, some people wouldn't they? Some people would be, "Well, yeah, I'll eat a fox. I'll eat anything. Meat is meat." I'm like, "Well, at least you're not, speciesist then. So you would eat a cat and a dog. Yeah, okay.
Mm,
At least you're morally
yeah,
consistent. Most people are.
yeah,
Most people are
yeah.
speciesist bastards, and we know it."
God, you've really fired me up for
But
hunting sabbing because it's I could just not do cardio throughout the week, couldn't I? And
honestly,
just
don't do it.
save the time that I save in the week from not doing this. I could just go right. I'm going to do it all on this day and chase these scumbags through fields.
Honestly, give
What what's their like initial reaction when like you turn up? Like what do they say? What do they do when you turn up?
good stuff. Which is the best bit. Pissed off, you'll get like the younger ones, who are always in court for being absolute tyrants. They will take the piss out of your appearance, even if they can't see your face. I do wear a ski mask for my own protection. Um,
Mm,
Sorry, I'm going off a bit on a tangent, but if people can see your face, then they can take a picture of it. They can reverse image it. They can find you on Facebook. They can find where you live. You know, um, Your car tyres will be slashed, your windows will be smashed in on your house, they'll leave dead foxes on your doorstep, they'll poison your dogs in the garden. They're absolute psychopaths and they'll stop at nothing. So, in order to prevent all that, I like to wear a mask for my safety and my family's safety, which obviously includes the animals. But I've
Mm.
been called a they them before because you can't distinguish whether I'm female or male unless I speak. Because I do wear men's clothes because I'm a
Mm.
lesbian and they're comfortable. Um, and I think I'm a bit of a G sometimes. Um, I don't want to be recognised as a female because I don't want them to think that they can, you know, start the shit with me. But it doesn't stop them, clearly. That's why we're in court. So
Mm.
Um, yeah, I've been called a they them. I couldn't give a shit what they call me. But they think that's offensive, you see. Nothing bothers me. They can say what they want. If I was my daughter's age, 21, mind you, yeah, if I was 21, her at 21 wouldn't give a shit, but I would have at 21. I would have gone home and been really upset and, you know, these people, they're not worth even thinking about, unless it's hunting season or like main season or cubbing season. They're such skid marks on the underpants of society, put it that way. They're just vile,
Mm.
absolutely vile. But yeah, you do you get called, forgot to say, you get called a paedophile, if they see you with if the support, which are people that drive round to watch, thickos again, who obviously against us, but they're there to hopefully, from their point of view, see a fox being ripped apart. If they see a sab with this, um, they will shout out the car window and say, "Are you going to hit them dogs with that?" And you just ignore them and you just keep going, like David Goggins. Just fucking keep smashing it. Keep going. Ignore them, just keep going. Um, they're all, decrepit anyway. What are they going to do? Try and run me over? I got a body cam on. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. You know.
How this is still happening? I mean, you got meat and dairy that's outdated by how many years, but
Oh yeah.
chasing little foxes through the fields and watching them getting ripped apart, like,
Prehistoric, man.
yeah, I'm glad you've gone into detail with it because you don't, from someone who's never done it, you don't really see it as that. You know that there's these idiots on horses who chase foxes, but when you go into depth like that, it makes it really it 10x's it, man. Do you know what I mean?
There's
It's
loads of
seriously sick, innit?
yeah, it's really bad. And what they'll do as well, they will try and intimidate you, obviously, because you're spoiling their fun. Um, they will
Mm.
drive right up next to you, as you walk in. This has happened many times to all of us. I think I don't think there's any of us Sabs that it hasn't happened to. You'll be walking. You've always got to, as a Sab, I mean, it's obvious, but you've always got to be listening and watching. And you use your peripheral vision a hell of a lot because you don't want to turn around and go, oh, well, like that. You need to be like aware all the time because they'll just come from behind you and they will ram you with the quad and you'll be in a ditch. It's fun to them. It's like, how many
Mm.
Santas can we knock over today? Do you know what I mean? All forgetting again that we've got cameras. Every single time they will get themselves in shit, but that's fine. Up
Mm.
to them. Carry on. Um,
Mm.
and then if they don't feel like they're intimidating you enough, they will crawl next to you with the quad, and I'll just look and I'll go, "What do you want?" And I think what they really want us to do is go, "Oh, get away from me, get away." Oh, I like that. What? What?
Mm.
And because they don't get reaction, they'll drive off, and I'll just say, "Oh, piss off." You know what I mean?
Mm.
So you do have to be quite hard. I mean, all the time I'm doing it, I'm absolutely shitting myself, but I don't let on. And that
Mm,
I think that's,
mm,
you gotta fake it till you make it sort of thing. Inside, I'm quaking with fear and
mm.
anger because they could hit you over the head with a shovel like they've
I
done before with SABs.
if you was to take a weapon,
What would
what could you take like, what if you, like, took something, and if the police was to come, you'd say, "Well, look at how they behave. Am I not is this not, like, justified for self-defense?" Do you know what I mean? I'm not saying, like, carry a machete around, but, like, could you take pepper spray?
Yes,
Some
some of us have got, um it's in my fabbing box in there. Do you want to go and get it?
'Cause you can carry that for self-defense, can't you?
Bear with, I'll go and grab it. I think it's pepper spray. Bear with me, people, sorry about this.
I wasn't gonna edit this, and you've just ruined that. She can't hear me. Yeah, she's definitely ruined it.
I have not, it was well worth the wait. I have not ruined it at all. How dare. So, in my little box of tricks,
Yeah.
I've got all sorts. So, yeah, the pepper spray, um, it's a personal defender, criminal identifier, basically. See that?
Well, if how many times? Because if they've come up the side of you and hit you with a quad and push you and stuff, can't you just pop them with that?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you popped anyone?
No, not yet. It's
Bloody
the
hell.
person who gave it to me was a sab and said, "Only use it when you really feel threatened." But I could say
Well, it
that every
sounds to me
time.
like all you lot are feeling threatened all the time,
Yeah.
by men that are bigger and in more numbers. So I think that the pepper spray needs to be used a lot more often, if you ask me.
Well, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, these are legal to carry, um, however
Are
you want.
they?
Yeah, yeah, self also, you can as self-defense, as an item to use, you can also carry a water bottle that's metal, and you can also
Mm.
carry, an umbrella. You can use that as well to whack somebody over the head or something if you're feeling threatened.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
Um,
crazy, isn't it?
yeah, that's all.
Honestly, mate, it's big respect to the hunt sabs because you're dealing with scumbags, man. When
Yeah.
people are out doing other things, you're not actually dealing with many scumbags. You know what I mean? You're just dealing with people who are just born into a conditioned world that they've been told that this is normal when it blatantly isn't. But
Yeah.
when you're actually dealing with scumbags, it's a different ball game, isn't it? But
Yeah,
nah,
massively.
honestly, hats off to you all. I'll have to cut it short. Well, I won't say cut it short. I'll have to cut it somewhere around here, Laura. Um,
2
but
minutes.
yeah, honestly, thanks for everything you do. And how many subs have you got in your crew?
Oh, I want say in North Dorset Hunt Sabs, I wanna say about 12 of us-ish. Um,
And how many do you get on a rough thing? About half that.
yeah, yeah, I'd say around that. Yeah, yeah, I'd say.
Mm,
Yeah,
it's
it
class, yeah.
varies. It varies. 'Cause obviously we've
And
all
then sometimes do you get calls from like other crews if something big's happening and they say, come down here, this is going on, we need more numbers and stuff.
yeah, yeah, we do, yeah, definitely. Yeah, 'cause we
Mm,
get quite a bit of intel, so that it's ideal. So yeah, we can pick and choose where we think would be the most effective, for the circumstances sort of thing. It's hard to explain if unless
mm,
you know exactly what I mean. But yeah, as
mm,
far as, like, dealing with scumbags, when you come back from sabbing, like, the same day, you say you're walking down the high street or whatever, you're going into the shop to buy some bread or whatever, you literally you 'cause you're in that mentality, you're like that. Like, you're always looking and you think everyone's out to, like, get you like that, like, so you're always like which is great for me having anxiety,
mm,
brilliant. But yeah, it gives you a bit of an adrenaline rush, put it that way.
yeah. Nah, it's big respect to the side. How many hunt subs are in the whole country?
Oh god, I don't know. That's a really good question. Hundreds and hundreds, I'd imagine.
Oh,
Hundreds.
it's gotta be thousands, hasn't it? It's
Yeah,
gotta be
actually, yeah,
bloody
thousands.
there's there's 52 cities, isn't there?
Yeah,
So I don't know how many, counties there is, but there's there's gotta be tens of thousands, isn't there?
there's gotta be, yeah, sorry, I'm
I
majorly
think it's something
right.
that'll grow, Ardu, because if you look at the if you look at the perception of, like, dairy and how that's changed, and you look at even meat and how that's changed,
Yeah,
this is just like like indefensible, and I do think that
yeah.
this needs more. It needs more eyes, man. It needs more. I'm not saying it's more important or less important. It just not many people speak about it. In my experience, anyway. So
Well,
yeah,
people
I'll do my
think
best to push it out, man. It
people
really is something else, isn't it?
yeah, people think it just because
Before we go,
men, people think it's over and it's, no one hunts anymore. What are you on about?
everywhere it's rife, innit?
Massive.
Before we go, Laura, death row, last meal,
It's massive.
vegano. What you eating? What do you eat? What's your favourite meal? What do you do? What do you cook?
This is really sad, but I'd get Wagamama's aubergine and mushroom buns.
I've never had them. Probably
Oh,
because I don't like mushrooms. What is it, like a
oh,
starter?
oh, yeah, it's a starter, but I every time we have Waggers now, because 'cause I'm not a fan of spice, and I know you can have Waggers without spice, but I just love these, those puffy buns, the Japanese buns. Don't know what I can't remember what they're called.
Bao bao buns.
What? Yeah, Itsu do 'em, don't they? But they're not the same. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it's like fried aubergine and this gorgeous breadcrumby thing with the mushrooms, like sautéed mushrooms with soy sauce and the vegan mayo and oh my god. I could
Wow, I haven't come across them. I don't know why, but
beautiful.
sounds good. Sounds good.
I'd have like 40 of them because I eat 6 in one sitting, like, but the starters, you know what I mean? Lindsay's like, "Who do you
That's
that
the
one?"
thing with if you went to Wagamama's with 150 quid, you could do 150 quid, couldn't you? That's the
Oh,
problem.
yeah. It's like tapas, ain't it?
Like,
Like,
I could literally have like 6 starters, 3 mains, um, and a couple of sides, like easily. Like you come out and you just want more, don't you? That's the problem.
yeah,
In
every
fact, you've
single
made me wanna 2 things you've made me wanna do: beat up hunters and get a
one.
Wagamama's. But now I'll definitely be in touch, Laura, and thanks for your time, honestly. Thanks for everything, and
Well,
I
thank
will
you
be
for
down at some point.
you better be.
I said some point then. Did I say some
Thinking about
point?
the pub.
Some point. I will have a pint though. Get me a pint ready because I'm gonna need it. But yeah, nice one. Thank you very much,
Thank you for having me.
and thank you for being a regular on the page,
Always fun.
supporting and liking and commenting and that. And I
Rep
appreciate it.
We've got to rep the West Mids crew, man.
Yeah, it needs something anyway. Nice one, Laura. Take it easy and enjoy your evening.
And you, dude. See you later.
Sweet. See you later. Nice one.